All right, it is 7:32 WTRE on a Wednesday morning when we feature the Decatur County Community Schools, and we have in with us, wow, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
8.
Then the principal over there, 8. See, I went to South Decatur.
Yeah, I can be 8.
There you
9.
go. How's everybody this morning?
Good.
Good. All right.
How are you?
I'm good. Amanda Gault set the stage for us. When I saw you come in, I thought, yay, we're going to hear from some students involved, and we have a first-timer in the studio,
Yes.
which we're going to go to her first after you're done with setting the stage.
Well, we appreciate you letting our kids come on for every show to kind of publicize what we're doing. So we have a murder mystery comedy that we are performing this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. So come out and see it. It's going to be a good time. We have 7 seniors in this show, so that's who's going to talk to you here in a few. And then we have other cast members, and I want to go ahead and just give them a shout-out because it is a small cast, only 13. We have sophomore Michaela Young, junior Claire Organist, sophomore Lily Hamer, sophomore Miley Ward, sophomore Kinsey Troutman, and junior Aiden Billingsley. I think I got everyone else, and then everyone else is here. So,
Okay.
Yeah, and tickets are $7 for adults, $5 for students, and if you have a child 4 and under, they're free. And tickets can be purchased in the front office at South Decatur High School, or we'll have tickets available at the door each night. We'll open doors at 6:30. So
Okay.
come out and get a ticket.
Did you do any pre-sale on tickets, or they're all
Yes,
just, you did
so
pre-sale?
it's all reserved seating. They went on sale last Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've done pretty well. They're not usually as highly attended as a musical, so we're not worried about selling out. So
Okay.
don't let that keep you at home. Come see the show.
And it's a murder mystery
It's a murder
comedy?
mystery comedy. Yes, it's called Deadline, and we've had a lot of fun with it. The characters are really unique, and so the kids I think have had a lot of fun.
So now when you say
characters.
deadline, I think of whole different
Yeah, so
meanings with deadline.
So the kind of quick synopsis is that these authors, these writers,
Okay.
are invited to participate in what's called the Deadline Challenge. So they're invited to this mansion. It kind of sets the scene, a mansion off the coast of Nova Scotia, and they are tasked with writing the perfect murder mystery. But while they're there, things take a bit of a turn, and that's how the story plays out. So you kind of see what happens to these writers. And then we also have the staff that works at the manor, so those are the other characters that interact with the writers throughout the show.
Okay.
Yep.
So part of those 13 you mentioned are
Yep.
part of the staff?
Yep, we have the manor staff and then all the rest of the writers that were invited for the
All right.
competition,
Now,
the challenge.
the ones with us today, are they writers or staff or a mix?
We're
All writers.
All writers, okay.
Well, all writers in one mystery, man.
You said Thursday, Friday, and Saturday?
Yes, this
Same
Thursday.
time all night?
Yep. The third is when we open, so tomorrow, 7 p.m. each night.
All right.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
First, let's go through and introduce everybody, and then I'm going to jump to the new one in the room. All right. Your name?
I'm Allison Flessner. I guess everybody already knows I'm a senior.
Okay. Your name?
I'm Hannah Gridley.
Okay.
I'm Morgan Rutherford.
I'm Carly Cathy.
Blake Allen. Gabe Lux.
Owen Koontz.
Okay, you did say Blake, Gabe, and Owen? Okay. All right, so, Carly, you're new. Grab that microphone over there to you. All right. It looks like you're probably not new to productions there at South Decatur, though, are you?
No, this will be my 6th production.
The 6th, because you're wearing the Cinderella.
Yep.
What year was that?
It was earlier this year.
Oh, okay. So you're still sporting this year's
Yeah.
drama
Tell
wear.
Sandy our tradition every.
Normally, for the weeks of the show leading up to the open night, we will wear our old cast shirts to represent the other shows that we've been in.
Oh, that's fun. Was that Mrs. Gault's idea?
That was the kids, actually.
The kid? Yeah, the student's idea. Wow. So you said this is your 6th production,
Yes.
Carly? So how did you get involved in what age were you when you did your first one?
My first one was Annie Jr. in 5th grade, and I got involved with that just because I wanted to have an after-school activity, and I was never into, like, sports and stuff.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, this is something fun. And then I've kind of just been in and out of it ever since then.
So what character do you play?
My name's Deborah Haskins,
Okay.
also known as Big Deb or Little Deb.
Also known as what?
Big Deb or Little Debbie.
We just call her things.
That's a little offstage nickname.
Little offstage nickname.
Okay. So is that what they call you in the production?
No, that's just what
That's
the
what
crew
they-
calls me.
The crew
Yep.
calls you. Which do you prefer?
Probably Big Deborah.
Is that right? Okay. So then you're the tell me about what you're doing in the production.
So, as we've stated, I am a writer, and then my husband, he is also a writer, and we're a writing duo, and we're here just trying to get a book deal and get some money.
Okay. Now, is your husband with you today?
Yes.
And who's your husband?
Gregory Haskins.
Okay.
Blake.
All right. So, how good a husband is he?
I don't know.
Is he good with helping the co-writing?
He gives me ideas for certain topics I like to write on.
Okay. You gonna reveal any of those?
You have to come and see.
Good answer. All right. Let's talk to your husband there, Blake.
Hi.
Hey. How'd you meet her?
I don't know.
And she just came to you in the production, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
They met in college.
Okay, that sounds good. So tell me about your character, Blake.
It was community theater.
Community theater. Oh yeah. Well,
Oh,
Greg Haskins is kind of gullible. He's kind of silly. That's pretty much. He's the idea person for the books. He doesn't really write much, but he just fuels Deborah's creativity.
I see.
In a sense, yeah.
So does he have any really creativity, or just feeding her?
He's got some creativity because, some of the plans he comes up with are a little creative in a sense, or some of the things
Okay.
he says are a little creative, but other than that, I can't really think of anything much.
Making me wonder if maybe there's more than just involving the book.
I have to tell you too, Sandy, that they are a real life couple. They actually date.
Oh.
But in the show, the wife is very hostile towards her husband. So it has been fun to see them play that dynamic.
Yeah, get it all out.
Yeah.
Okay, so Blake, I know you've been in here before. So when was it that you started in productions?
Also in Annie Jr. in 5th grade,
Okay.
and I think I've done like 12 now.
Wow.
Yeah, I just where she kind of came in and just kind of went as she pleased. I kind of just stayed. They've
Yeah.
been stuck with me ever since.
So being a senior and this will be your last production, right?
Mhm.
So what are you thinking? What are you feeling about that? Has it been?
It's been pretty fun. Pretty
Yeah.
bittersweet, I'd
Yeah.
say. I guess. Yeah.
You're gonna be missing it. What are your
Oh,
future
yeah.
plans?
Future plans: go to IU Southeast for music or history education.
And I just realized that you two were dressed alike. Carly, what's your future plans?
I plan on also going to IU Southeast for elementary education.
Okay. Well, let's go back over here to Allison.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Allison,
Yep.
how are you?
I'm doing great. How are
Okay,
you?
Good. Your
Okay.
character is?
Vampetta.
Okay.
I'm like the goth queen of our show.
Oh.
Yeah.
How do you get into character? Or does it come
Um,
natural?
I don't know. I just embrace my inner vampy. I just pull her. my
inner
my
vampy.
inner darkness. I just pull her out.
So do you have a husband in the room?
Nah. No husband for vampy.
No husband. No husband for you. Okay. So are you a writer
Yes.
in the production?
Yes.
And tell me about your creativity.
I'm Vampetta's a pretty creative person. She comes up with some pretty crazy things. And she's really proud of all her ideas too. That's really, yeah.
Well, if you're talking about your inner darkness, and this is a murder
Yeah.
mystery comedy,
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess probably some of those things are.
They're a little insane sometimes, yeah.
Probably.
But you're just gonna have to come see the show so you can know.
So, how many productions have you been in?
This is the 6th.
The 6th.
Yeah.
And what was your first one?
Anastasia.
Anastasia.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you think about that production? Was that a fun
Oh,
one?
yeah, it was great. I mean, clearly I enjoyed it some. I came back again, so
Yeah.
I couldn't have hated it that much.
there you go. What are your future plans?
Going to Ball State to study architecture.
Architecture.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Hannah,
Yep.
how are
Hannah.
you?
I'm pretty good.
And you're a senior.
Yeah. My character is Jennifer Milam. She's a Southern mother with 3 boys and a husband, and there's some pretty wild characters. They're not actually in the show, but I talk about them a lot. And
So is your
they're
husband in
little-
the room?
Nope. My
Is he in
husband. My
in
husband
it
isn't
at
in
all?
the show. I just talk
Oh.
about
This
him.
is a retreat for her character. She
Okay.
wants to get out of her house.
So your husband and
am-
kids aren't there.
Right. I am thankful to be away from them for a bit.
Okay. And what kind of creative writer are you in the show?
I write cozy mysteries, and I have a 17-book series that every book takes place in the same small town in Vermont, and in each book there's a mystery.
Cozy mysteries.
Yep, they're all cozy. I think it's really just because,
shops.
yeah, there's some cupcake shop. Well, there's one cupcake shop, and Green Mountains and old hippies.
Do you have a favorite of those? Cupcakes, mountains, old hippie.
I like the cupcake shop.
Yeah.
The cupcake shop comes into play a little bit in my mysteries.
accent coming out?
It does.
Is it really? I do a southern accent for the character.
Oh, you do? Can
Yeah.
we hear some of that?
It's already coming out, man.
Well, that makes as much sense as boots on a fish. That's one of my favorite lines.
That's great. That's a good line. How many productions have you been in?
This is 9.
9.
Yep. My first one was Mary Poppins Jr. in 6th grade.
Okay.
Yep. And then I didn't do any in junior high, and I came back for Addams Family.
Okay. And so, what are your future plans?
So over summer, I plan to work at the Bartholomew County Jail, and then in the fall, I'm going to be attending DePaul University to double major, hopefully, in psychology and sociology, and probably minor in theater. And then after that, I plan to go to the Air Force as an officer, and while I'm in there, I want to get my master's. And then after that, I plan to go to the FBI in the Behavioral Analysis Unit.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go.
And travel all over the world.
So, I'm intrigued with you talking about the Bartholomew County Jail, you said? During
Yeah,
the summers?
I do C4 at Columbus East.
Okay.
I do their criminal justice program, and the last 9 weeks actually we did jail school, which is where we get our certificate to work in a jail. So it's 40 hours, and you learn about the things that go on in jails, and pretty much what you're supposed to do as a correctional officer. And I passed my test, and I had my hours. So now I have my certificate, and once I graduate, I'm already 18, so once I graduate, I'll be eligible to work in a jail, and the certificate is basically just to make us a little more marketable, because the jail that I work at won't have to pay for me to do that training. So, yeah, and then we'll have interviews through the class with the Bartholomew County Jail
Okay.
next week, actually.
So, then, is that kind of along the path of wanting to eventually be with the FBI? Has that all
Right, yeah.
played into...
I started the
place?
class because I wanted to be a lawyer,
Okay.
and my mind has changed a few different times actually, but it's always stayed kind of in the realm of criminal justice. So it's really helpful, and I think the class itself will be really helpful. Like, even if I don't go into criminal justice, just having the background knowledge of the criminal justice system is really nice.
Now, you said interesting. First, you wanted to be a lawyer. You said was your
Yeah.
interest. How do you think that your education's prepared you for your future path that you're going for?
I think it's prepared me pretty well. The class is kind of mostly focused on police officers specifically, but we get into other realms of the system. We get into courts and corrections, and of course, out on the street law enforcement. But it's taught me a lot of valuable information just for everyday life, and as well as when I get into the system myself, and it'll help me kind of have a better idea of what to do. I'll have a little background knowledge other than the training that my jobs give me and stuff like that.
So how is this going to play into helping you as a mystery writer at this retreat?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it can help me in trying to solve a murder, maybe.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Morgan. All right, Morgan, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. Hey, what's your character?
My character is Penelope Bain. She's like 20 years old. She's a social media influencer.
Oh.
So kind of, more modern, kind of like me, I guess. Not really an influencer, but I don't really have to do much to get into character because I feel like me and Penelope are pretty alike already. So.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
So you feel like you can be an influencer with trying to move along this book, this mysteries you guys are working on?
Yeah, I think so. A lot of people underestimate Penelope, and I feel like, a lot of people can underestimate me too. So like, yeah.
Wow. I guess you from listening to you, it sounds like you think this was almost like a typecasting for this character.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Do you have any husband or kids around?
No.
No.
Just me.
Okay. And then, how long have you been in? How many productions have you been in?
This will be my 11th, actually. And my first was Annie Jr. in 5th grade.
Okay. So what do you feel like wrapping it up as a senior?
To be honest, nothing has really, clicked in my head yet. Nothing this year. I think it'll all, hit as soon as I walk across the stage of graduation, to be honest.
So you feel like you'll probably be flooded with all these memories?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your future plans?
I plan to go to Hanover College to major in elementary education.
Elementary education?
Yeah.
So where would your dream job be? Come back here, or do you want to go to a big city? What are your thoughts?
I think I would rather, work somewhere, maybe in, Columbus or something.
Uh-huh.
And I want to teach kindergarten.
Kindergarten?
Yeah.
So why is kindergarten?
Well, okay, so I thought that I really wanted to teach 2nd grade maybe, but then I got into this class at South that's called cadet teaching, and I go over to the elementary school every other day, and I got put in the kindergarten classes, and they're just so fun to work with, and it's just so cool seeing how much they grow in such little time. It's really cool. So
how's your education then? It sounds like that.
Yeah.
It's prepared you for forming what you want to do.
Yeah.
And you said you're going to Hanover College.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. We've talked to Carly. We've talked to anything else from you, Blake? Are you good? Where's Gabe? Hey, Gabe. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. What's your character?
I play Carswell Chalmers. He is a 60s to 70s old school detective mystery writer.
Oh, is he one of the old hippies you were talking about?
No, he's not a hippie. He's from Jersey. He's very old school.
Okay. So, tell me about your writing in the production.
Well, Carswell, his books aren't really in print anymore because he's kind of offensive to a certain group of people, women mostly.
Okay.
He doesn't really respect women that much.
At all.
Okay.
Throughout the show, I am actively disrespecting women.
Oh. So I'm going to guess you're having fun with that. It sounds like
I mean, as a joke, it's fun, but I respect women, I swear.
It's funny.
He has some of the best lines on the show.
But you're getting it all out in the show,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's fun. I give him a little northeastern accent. It's fun.
So let's hear that.
His desperation stank like a week-old diaper. His mind was reeling with thoughts of the cash from the book deal. What was he going to spend it on? Beanie Babies.
So what was your first production, Gabe?
My first production was Addams Family in my freshman year.
All right. And how many productions have you been in?
This is my 8th.
All right. And what's your future plans?
My plans are to go to Indiana State and study social studies education and minor in psychology.
Okay. And how did you pursue that role? What formed that career path thought?
Mostly, this woman over here, Miss Amanda Gault, she has really influenced my love of history, because even though her classes are torturous, but I've learned a lot, and I love history. It's really interesting.
Okay. And how do you think your education's prepared you to? Well, it sounds like with
Pretty well.
The
I'd say.
influencer over here, the history influencer.
Pretty well, I'd say.
Okay. Anything else from you?
Come see the show tomorrow.
Okay. Sounds good. We have Owen. All right, Owen.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
What's going on over there?
What is it?
Yep. You doing good?
Yeah.
All right. Tell me about your character.
I play Brian, which is not revealed to be his real name. He's actively hiding his name from the rest of the cast.
Oh. Well, that leads me to thoughts that I probably don't want to ask because it would give something away.
Well, it doesn't give anything away. He's just kind of a mystery man. He's kind of slinking around, hiding.
Slinking?
Well, he's just hiding from everyone.
We're not really sure why he's there.
It creeps everyone out, and no one knows what he does or if he's even writing a book at all.
Oh, are you good at creeping them out?
Yeah.
Is he good at? Is he a good slinker and creeper?
Jump out on occasion.
Yeah.
Scaring you?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so should I ask why you are there? Or is there a good answer for that?
Not really a good answer. It's not really specified.
Do you like this character?
Yeah, I like this character.
Is this one of the most challenging ones you've been?
No. Not as much as the other shows I've done.
So how many have you done?
I'd say about as many as Blake minus one, because
Okay.
I was so yeah, I wasn't in the show Radium Girls like he was. So that's
Okay.
about it.
All right.
So about 11, yeah.
So what are your future plans?
I plan to probably go to ISU and get a degree in nursing.
Okay.
Mhm.
And how's your what have you been able to do at South to prepare you for this?
Well, I've taken a class to become a CNA over
Okay.
at Morning Breeze in
Yeah.
Greensburg, and I also take an internship currently at DCMH to tour all of the sectors of the hospital.
So I had a chance to tour the facility there with the. I mean, that was totally awesome. If you, what do you think about that with all the different? I mean, even the devices that draw blood.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool place. Getting to see all around.
So then, when you graduate, you're going to be CNA certified.
Well, I already am CNA.
You already
certified.
CNA certified.
Fully fledged CNA.
Wow, that kind of gives you an edge up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It gives you an edge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you have a favorite character that you've been throughout the many productions?
I'd say probably Hannibal in The Curious Savage. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you always kind of been the?
And I've been probably a bit typecast as the grumpy old guy or yelling at people.
Are you like your?
Carswell over here.
Yeah.
Not in this show, I don't think.
No. You have a different twist on or different
Yeah.
take on women. There's no.
Yeah, I don't disrespect women like Carswell does.
Okay. Does he do a good job at that?
Yeah,
Okay.
very disrespectful towards women.
All right. Anybody else have anything else?
We'll let Mrs. Cockburn take over.
All right. Give your names one more time before you take off.
Owen Kuntz.
Allison Flessner.
Hannah Gridley.
Morgan Rutherford.
Carly Cathy.
Blake Allen.
Gabe Lux.
All right. Thanks for coming in. A lot of fun.
Thank you.
Always fun.
Yeah.
Always fun to talk. See ya. It's 7:55 WTRE on this Wednesday morning. South Decatur Junior Senior High School principal Amy Cockburn, and what a crew! Wow.
They are absolutely amazing, and being able to watch them, not just talk about the play, but their future plans, and how many education majors we have is really testament to our entire staff across Decatur County. So I love watching them shine in these roles.
Well, and it's interesting too as we look at with changes with post high school education and the different options that are there, and how school has prepared, like the CNA, already CNA certified. The one student who goes to the elementary and ruled out second grade wants to go to kindergarten, and all those options that are helping to make choices right now.
Yes.
Whether they stay with them their whole career, just with graduating high school and wanting to pursue their future.
Yes,
Yeah.
and especially those who choose to go to college. it gives them a little more opportunity to not waste money and say, I don't want that major. But it also prepares our career kids. And then with the military one coming up, being able just to provide as many opportunities, which has always been my philosophy, is we need to provide a lot of those so kids can then decide. And it's okay to change. It's okay, but just giving them the base of what they need.
So the one student that was planning to join the Air Force, about on her career path, about how old do you think she's going to be before she'll be joining the Air Force with all the?
So with college, she'll do 4 years more than likely. I know she's taken a lot of college credits already, so she could possibly do it in 3 years, and which will give her the officer candidacy, which she'll definitely get accepted into the Air Force. And then while in the military, they typically pay for master's degrees, so she will be set, definitely, if she stays on that career trajectory.
Well, I know with you having a military background, it's got to be, you've got to appreciate that a student wants to pursue that track.
Yes, I appreciate it. I've never told a student that they should join. It's just because, there is a level of danger that you don't want to encourage kids, but I've always been there to answer questions, and the recruiters do a great job too. So.
All right. So what's going on with your?
Well, I'm very lucky that they actually came because I accidentally scheduled our top 10 dinner tonight, which is typically the night that they do the run-through. So I'm very glad that Miss Gault did not make me part of the actual murder and the murder mystery. So we have our top 10 dinner tonight. 5 of the cast and support crew are actually in our top 10. So
wow,
amazing group of kids there. Allison Flessner, who is here, she also is our academic all-star, which is an incredible accomplishment. So again, we're seeing a lot of success with these kids. Spring sports began. The kids are really excited. I think the weather this week is going to impact our schedules a little bit, but yeah, I know just being able to see the kids get outside and do what they love is really exciting as well. So our FFA has been extremely busy. They went to district. One of our students did the public speaking, Desiree Smith, and I know she had been practicing for months ahead of time. And just that dedication and the practice, those kids did a great job representing South. We also have the livestock team and WEP competitions coming up. And so I'm very interested in the WEP, which is Wildlife Habitat Education Program.
Okay.
So they get to look at habitat, identify animals, and then make a plan to attract those animals to that habitat the best they can. So they have to look at the trees and what food sources they would have, water sources. They put a plan together and they compete. So I believe this is our first year doing it, at least in a while. So I'm excited to see how our kids do there.
So, do they have an FFA banquet or anything in the spring?
We have our banquet next week. So I know our advisors have been busily preparing. Our students are excited. We just chose the new officers. Those have been elected. And I wish I could remember all of them, but I cannot. But I know, looking at the list, our FFA program is in great shape with the leadership there.
Good. Sounds like they're keeping busy.
They are. And it's really neat to watch the kids just excel in different areas. And, the students that are in, for example, livestock judging or the WEP team, we may not see in other things, but that's their specialty and they love it. And it's fun to talk with them about it. So we had the 2 students who went to the state welding competition. They're already gearing up for next year. So it's just I love watching the kids be successful or at least try new things. And they do a phenomenal job representing us.
The state welding competition.
Mm-hmm. It was back in the winter, midwinter, up in Indianapolis. We had 2 that made it this year. And again, I think that it'd been a while since we had some students go to state, but they're young, so they'll be back next year. So they kind of learned how it went, and I think next year they're going to walk in with a lot more confidence and technical skill to really compete. So.
Okay. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else going on there at South Decatur?
I feel like we always have a lot at the end of the year. Our junior high band and choir will compete at the ISMA contest this weekend. I believe it's in Shelbyville.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's very close.
Yeah.
It's a very close drive. Corbin Johnson did get the All-Star for the South, so he'll be playing in that game in July. And again, I think I brag about him almost every time I come in, but it just goes to show how much, Coach Martin has supported him through that, and he's just willing to do what it takes to be successful. So I think we also have our prom coming up. It's going to be April 26th, and I'm excited to see it, see how our kids do there. And, of course, we're getting into the testing season.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if I want to end on that.
I know it must be done.
It is. And I will say our AP students, looking at just past scores and what they're doing in the classroom now, again, phenomenal job. So excited to see their scores in the summer.
So I know that the governor has planned this afternoon at 1:30 an announcement about the new high school diploma.
I look forward to that.
So, yeah, are you going to that, or is it going to be, you going to watch on live stream, or just...
I'll probably watch the recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot going on at school today, but again, I know we can look at that in different ways, but the way that we need to is how exciting it is for our kids, and what we can do to help them get graduated and on to their next steps.
So it's interesting, too, because when I saw the news release on that happening today, it's like, is it going to be something different, or, because we've been talking about it with, administrators from our schools, since what? Probably in October, November.
I was going to say, it's been at least a year in the making.
Yeah.
Those early meetings. If it's significantly different, I would be very surprised, because I know our guidance counselors at Decatur County have gone to a lot of programming to learn how to support students. We've adjusted our schedules to meet those needs with this current 8th grade class. Mm-hmm. So if it is different, I will be surprised and panicking.
Yeah, but I thought that was interesting, though. It's like today, it's like I kind of thought they'd already talked about it, but it must be because we have the new governor, probably.
Yeah, and I mean, it is. We're in the legislative season where there's a lot of not as popular new laws potentially going through, and I just know as an administrator, I do my best to support the teachers and students in what legislation is going to be best for us public schools. So that's all we can do at this point, and support the best we can.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in. I don't know if I'll see you anymore before the end of the year, or you get scheduled one more time, or just stay tuned. How's that?
Stay tuned.
All right. That is South Decatur Junior Senior High School Principal Amy Cockburn. It's 8:04 on this Wednesday morning.